yeah. Eagles Wear Boxing is back. At night, get yourself up. That's right, we back at it. It's nighttime now, so it's really grown folks chat now. Just for a little while. We're just gonna check back in. I had to go to work, man. It's one of my first times I messed up my schedule. I don't work long. Well, it depends on how much I do, cause I do like little contracts to where I work like 4 hours. I work 4 hours. Most people work an 8 hour day. I work a 4 hour day, but it works out the same way as an 8 hour day. Believe me. So I work a 4 hour day, but sometimes I'll end up working like an 8 hour day. If I work an 8 hour day, believe me, it's gonna end up being more like a 10 hour day. Just like if I work a 4 hour day, it's more like a 5 hour day because of my a lot of times my travel. Sometimes it can be more than that. It can be like end up being like 7 hours. It's a lot of travel, but you gotta realize the whole time, the whole process I get paid for the whole process, even my travel and stuff like that. That's why my day is not really like an 8 hour day. It's more like a 5 hour day, 6 hour day. Sometimes less. Depends on sometimes I don't have to go far at all. So if I don't have to go real far, or it's like a 4 hour day, 4.5, 4 hour day. So first time trying this one. The mind haze. Okay, that's what it's called, mind haze. But hope everybody's doing okay. I hope somebody shows up, because you never know with Eagle, because Eagle can come in at any time. Make sure I got the right. Let me see. Make sure I got the right name for this stream. Okay. Yeah, I got to. Got to change it because today is 24. And when I came out 22. Okay, there we go. Now we get back to it. Let's go back. See if I can get back in to my own channel. There we go. It looks like, I don't know. I might be a little bit behind or something like that, but I think I'm catching back up. I still get Bruce Gas in here. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz Moore, Salute Night Owl. That's right. The Eagle has landed. The time would shock all the fans. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, we're going to shock him, Bruce. You know what? I want to put up this clip. I'm going to start putting up just like clips. I'm going to try to show like short portions of fights. I got one in mind that I need to put up, and that's Larry Holmes versus Ken Norton. So I need to get that last round up. Hey, I don't sleep early, brother. I don't sleep early. I'm getting ready to crash. I'll be listening. Okay, go ahead. Listen in. If you got to chime in, if you got to put up some information, go ahead and put that information up. Because I don't know shit about boxing, so if you find that I don't know shit about boxing, just go ahead and correct me and put the right answers in in the chat. Just wake up and, okay, the Eagle got that wrong. Because I go through so much. I think about so many things. I got so much on my plate that a lot of times when I try to steer back to boxing, a lot of times I lose names. Like I'll forget a name like Mills Lane. I'll forget his name. People like that. I'll forget people's names like that. Yeah, that was a great history. Yeah, great history changing fight, Norton versus Holmes. Yeah, hell yeah, I forget everything, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know shit, man. To be honest, I don't know nothing. I just pretend a lot. I just pretend like I know nothing. I know I don't. I never have paperwork. Remember, back in when I first started, I used to always have paperwork, but it never worked out. So I just stopped it. I stopped having all the paperwork because if I have too many, like I'll go to like I'll go to my notes. Like sometimes I'll just go to my notes, right? And so I'll just have notes and like I'll go through those, and a lot of times I can't even make it through the notes. I said forget it. I said, forget it. I'm not even gonna go through the notes because a lot. You know how my show goes. I got Lala D and them in there, Derek Bailey and Sir Flame. Once they get started, especially like if Gil Coles, once he gets started, it's over with. I might as well just throw the notes and shit right back up in the air. You know. I just hope I don't forget friends' names and stuff like that. I'm like, God dang. Like if I forget somebody, cause I know fighters and stuff too. You know what I mean? And um, I actually used to work out with Mike Jameson all the time. So, he used to, he used to teach me some things. I show him some stuff. So I haven't seen him for a while though. He actually sings and stuff. I got stories about him though. He's crazy. He's crazy. I mean, we used to talk about him. Yeah, he's shit. He's actually been in. From my understanding, he's been in like brawls and like bars and stuff. He fought his way out of a bar before. Like, oh, these motherfuckers. He just was knocking people out on his way out the door. It's just funny. So it was always some funny stories with a lot of these fighters, and I always enjoy it, man, because we never know when when the end time is when it's up for us or something like that. So it's always good to have some stories outside of boxing. I don't get too in detail. A lot of these fight analysts and stuff like that, the people that talk about the fighting, what they end up doing is they end up going way back. Or remember this time way back here. I'm like, I really don't care. I mean, I don't care. I mean, now I'll bring up, like, every once in a while I'll bring up comparisons when people start talking about fights or robberies and stuff like that. I said, we've seen robberies in the Olympics all the way up into, in amateur boxing. We have seen robberies that we know were robberies, and people know were robberies, where you actually had commentators and stuff actually quitting because it was a robbery or it was a travesty or it was just over something that was overmatched. We've seen that personally. So when it comes to the Devin Haney fight, just leave it alone. Leave it like it is. If you go back and look at the fight, Devin won. It's simple as that. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And see, we become spoiled kids. No matter how old you are, you become a spoiled kid. What happens is that the fight with Lomachenko and Devin Haney was a fight that we needed. That's the whole thing about it, is that we needed the damn fight. Anytime we need a fight, and we get the fight that we need, then we get all butthurt and we get all anal and stuff about the fight. That was a fight that we needed. We needed a close fight like that. We needed a close, hard, competitive fight that was hard to score. It was hard to find out who was landing the more effective punches. We knew who threw more punches, but who landed the more effective punches. That's what we needed in boxing. And then when we get it, what happens? Everybody has a piss fit. That's what happens. Everybody has a piss fit, when they didn't even need to have a piss fit. Yeah, he fought Tyson. Yep. He fought Tyson. He fought George Foreman. Yep. Yeah, me too. I forget the craziest shit. No, no. Said no paper, no pencil. He said all from the temple. Yeah, that's what I try to do it like that now, brother, because you know what? It makes when I'm with you guys make me think a lot. I think it's better for me. Because I always been like, even when it come to like speech, a lot of my professors always thought I was going to be like a professional speaker and stuff like that. Because I was really good with the extemporaneous speeches and stuff like that. But so I like, that's more my niche. Is to just tell stuff off the top of the head. Because I think I think my tongue is pretty fast. I think I keep going. And I think people like that. They said, damn, he don't have no notes. He can just talk for like 3 hours and just no notes or nothing like that and go from one thing to another. I think I have a little bit of knowledge. But you're right, all from the temple. He said, if I forget, it's Embarrassing to say, laughing out loud. Yeah. No, I'll just ask somebody because see, this is a chat, so I can just ask you guys. Yeah. I can just ask, you know. I don't have no problem asking. I ain't shit. I'll ask. I'm like shit. I ain't got no notes today, y'all. I didn't come in here with a schedule. I didn't come in here with like a whole draft of what I was gonna do. I came in here like what I do is and what I do best is I take the few notes that I need. I put them in my mind. I say, okay, I need to talk about this. I need to talk about this, and I need to talk about this. Because if I put too much, we're going to have to do two shows. We'll end up doing two shows because I can stay for 3 hours and we still didn't cover everything we needed to cover. Because somebody's going to ask me a question. And then once they ask me the question, and not necessarily, it's not always necessarily boxing. It might be about life. And then I love that a lot more than anything. That's my passion. Life, living this life and trying to, figure this shit out of, what they're doing and how we can prevent them from doing us. So that's my whole thing. But yeah, like I said, we needed this fight, and then when we get to fights that we need, it ends up turning into crap. We thought we needed the Tank Davis. I knew I didn't need it, but when I say we, a lot of the boxing fans felt that we needed the Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. But then after the fight, you realize that you really didn't need it. All you needed to do was to solidify the fact that you knew that Ryan Garcia didn't deserve to be in there with Tank Davis. That's simple as that. That's what you found out. You know what I mean? That's what we end up finding out. And a lot of us, we didn't need to find that out. But of course, we found it out anyway. But that's not what we needed. We didn't need to find that out. That's what we found out. So we found out, hey, you don't belong in there. Hey, you don't belong there. Matter of fact, I don't even know, to be honest, if you belong in the top tier of boxing right. I don't know. Because will you fold again if you get hurt? Will you fold? We know you can fold, but will you fold again? I mean, I don't want to pay my good money to find out that you will fold. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend my money at all. If I got to spend my money to find out that you will fold, forget that shit. I'm good. I'm straight. I don't need to find out that you're gonna fold. I'm good. Just fold. I don't need to spend money on it. I watched that last round highlights to see why you folded. Like, oh, that's why you folded. Okay, I see. I see what was up. I see why you folded. This is shameful. This is very shameful, brother. Very shameful, But we're going to get this boxing straightened out one of these years. Maybe not even this year. They got rumors about Earl Spence and Bud Crawford again. I'm like, I'm already through with it. Until I see the flyer. Until you got the location, don't even talk to me about it. When you guys have the location of where they're fighting at, then I'll chime in. But we got zero location, zero flyers, then I don't even want to hear about it. But yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to come on and and spill it a little bit more about the Haney fight, because I started thinking, I'm a deep thinker anyway, so I just started thinking, this is the fight we needed, and stop pick on Haney. That's the fight we needed. Matter of fact, even for Haney to take the punishment that he took, for him to even take as many headshots, that just gives him something else to work on. This is going to make him better. That's all it's going to do. Taking all those headshots and stuff like that. But he sucked them up. That's what people got to understand. Loma is not the lightest punching lightweight out there. And Haney absorbed a lot of his punishment. And just like Loma, if you look at the faces, Loma's face was all beat up. He was all scratched up and bruised up on the back, the side, everywhere. Haney put marks all over his body. So what you gonna do there? What you gonna say now? What you gonna say about that? So it was something that we needed, but now people, I haven't heard anybody mention that it was a fight that we needed. It was a nice close fight. All I'm hearing is just complaints. And I'm hearing everybody going back to compare something else to this fight, but you don't necessarily have to compare something. If I compare something with this fight, which is not really it's not a fight that compares to any fights that I know of, but if I compare anything to this fight, what I'm comparing, I'm just showing the different levels of skill sets in the past compared to today. Because everybody feels like the skill sets now are so much better, but once I show them, then they'll find out, hey, the skill sets they're not better, you know. So believe that they're not better. So just stop playing with us because the skill sets are not better. We need to get some of these fights like we used to. But it's a whole new era in boxing. Maybe that sentiment, that language, that actual quote. And I don't know who it was. Now I can't remember who it was. It might have been Jim Lampley. That says that that we have a new era in boxing. Whoever said that, whoever coined that phrase, you might have coined that phrase a little bit too soon. Because at the time that you coined that phrase, you still had a bunch of great fighters out there. Now, if you would have said that with Mayweather, I can understand that a little bit. I mean, it would have fit a little bit better. That the Mayweather era was a new era in boxing. So what happens now after Mayweather? Now it's a backward step in boxing. I'm sorry to say that, but that's exactly what it is. It's just a backward step in boxing. You got a lot of people that rethought the fight. Even Shakur Stevenson rethought the fight, but he's also still feels that Loma might have won or it might have been even. But he's all over the place. It's like, yeah, you just stop hating, man. I mean, Haney got all the belts. It is what it is. You beat him up and take the belts. That's it. That's all you can do. All anybody can do, Tank Davis or anybody, is beat Haney up and take the belts. Take them. Just take the belts. But if I'm Haney, I'm moving up to 140 because he proved what he had to prove. Yes, he can prove more. Being where he's at, he can prove more, but he doesn't have to. He can go ahead and move because as anybody can see, that is draining his body, and he's still growing. He's still growing. Yeah, he's still growing. So he needs to put that. He needs to go ahead and put that weight on, so his body can get even stronger. Just go up to 140. Let those guys scramble it out. Because, matter of fact, if you move up and drop those belts, then we're going to get a lot of fights then. Then we'll be able to see the Stevenson, Martin. We'll be able to see all of those. We'll be able to see the Tank Davis against Shakur. Oh, man, it'll be good. So it's a good thing that you're at 135, but it'll be a good thing even if you leave 135 and go to 140. It'll still be a good thing. So I can say that much. Yeah, I'm over here chilling. I still didn't do my paperwork or nothing like that, so I still gotta get all that done. But I get 24 hours, so I get 24 hours to do all my reports and stuff. So I'm not really caring about that as much right now. Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people are throwing like, hey, they're saying, I don't know. I didn't even get into the thing with it about them, trashing him to say he's the worst champion and all that. That's so stupid, man. I'm not getting into all that stuff. I'm not getting all into that, the worst boxers and all that. Yeah. I just like how everybody's an expert. That's why it's good. That's why I can be an expert too. Because if all these fighters are experts, you're an expert with your style. All these fighters were such experts and such great trainers, then the people that's around them will never lose. You know, everybody can see the mistakes. Like I see the mistake you made. Like you don't make mistakes. All fighters make mistakes. I've never seen a fighter, even with a whitewash, just never said that they had a perfect fight. And I've seen some perfect fights for me. And I'm not talking about one round knockouts. Like even when I seen like when Mayweather fought Gotti, that was a perfect fight. When he fought Castillo, that was a perfect fight. Just like dang, you're doing what you got to do. You're doing what you got to do to get that W, and it's clean. You're not getting hit. You're blocking everything. I mean, when you see a masterful fight, it's just something else to behold. And I think that's what we need to see. We need to see like a real masterful fight. I mean, Tank Davis fight was a masterful fight, masterful fight for what it was. But I mean, he still got touched a little bit. But then again, there's some fighters that fight a masterful fight and get touched, and the reason being is that they don't care. They don't care that they get touched. It's like, okay, I don't care. You can touch me. Yeah, you can touch me. I'm still knocking you out. I was listening to when you listen to the corner when Tank was fighting, and Mayweather was asking him what he got, and Tank said he ain't got nothing. I'm like, wow, that's kind of sad. Live, you're fighting somebody, and they live in the corner telling somebody else that you don't have nothing, and then you prove it by not coming back and showing them that you have something. That's just not good. You should be making that comeback. You should be like, oh, I ain't got nothing. Okay, we're gonna see if I got something. At least, hey, go out on your shield. If they say you ain't got nothing, just come out fire in one round. Just gas yourself out. Gas yourself out, and then next round just play, fight off of just play a defensive mode or something like that, and then get yourself back into the fight. Do something. Don't let somebody say you ain't got shit. Oh, you ain't got shit. You ain't got nothing now. I know I'm whooping your ass. Don't let nobody do something like that. Yeah. But anyway, I probably have to come back again. I have to check. I don't even know my time. What time do I have? Because I know they got me again Friday. What's today? Today's 24th. Yeah, 3:30. So let me see where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at yet though. Let me see where am I at. Yep, I kind of figured that. Well, I can still go. So we got until like 2. So 2:30. We have to wrap up at like 2:15. We have to wrap up like in between 2:15, 2:30. Not 2:30. 5:30. 5:30 EST. So that's when we're gonna have to wrap up on Friday because Ego got to go out again, and then I got to go out. Then my next day I'm not, and then I think Sunday, I might get a couple of hours off on Sunday, so I'll be okay then. So a couple more hours off. Yeah, but I just wanted to get the plane. I want to get the information out when it comes to Haney. Is that a lot of people just wasn't appreciative enough, and what happens is the reason you're not appreciative enough is because all of us are guilty of falling for this new media and just people. When people start saying too much, then we kind of, even if we're not on the bandwagon, we kind of get caught in with them. And that's exactly what happened to a lot of us, is that we just got caught up with them. And we should just let that shit go. Should just let it go, but we got caught up with them. Oh, yeah, what do you say? Yeah, that's right. Now you want to run your mouth like, shut up. Like, I mean, for real. For real, shut that shit up. Just shut it up. It's like the best thing for you to do is just shut it up. Just stop. That's what you gotta tell people. Just stop. Stop it. That's it. That's the only thing I say. Just stop it. So we gotta get better at just letting stuff go over our head and just say, you know what, now I check it out myself because if we don't do that, we're gonna say, oh, I heard this and I heard that, and it's just the same story. It's like the he said, she said. It's like it's a story, and so we have to get better at letting a lot of these stories just pass us. These stories have to pass. It's like, okay, just a story. Let's let it pass. We'll let it pass, and we'll do what we got to do. You know, we'll figure this out ourselves. So just do that. But anyway, it was an enjoyment. Just for you guys that came in my my conversation with Bruce. I like that. But I got a few things off of my chest, and we'll talk more Friday. So just be here. I'm usually here at what time? 3:30. Or not 3. Well, in between 3 and 3:30. Here I go again. In between 4 and 4:30 Eastern time is Eagles Web Boxing on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and occasional other times like now. But you just have to stay posted and you have to subscribe, so that way you'll know when I'm on and when we get to chop it up, when we get to talk about it. But anyway, I know most of you, it's bedtime. You guys got to lay it down. Eagles is still going to be up for like 3, 4 hours, 3, 4, 5 hours from now. So that's just how I do. I'm up late and then up early. I've been doing this all my life, and nothing changed. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, Eagles Way of Boxing. No matter what time of day it is, it's nothing but blessings, baby. I'm going to catch y'all.